You're standing in line at Target and your cart has the one thing you came for, laundry detergent. But somehow there's also a cute throw pillow, a candle that smells amazing, a new water bottle because yours is kind of old, and a bag of trail mix you'll probably forget about in your pantry. You get to the register and the total's $87. You hand over your card, take your bags, and walk to your car. And the second you sit down, that familiar feeling hits. Why did I just spend $87? I came here for detergent. You feel guilty, frustrated with yourself, and stressed because you know this happens every single time you walk into a store. You tell yourself you'll do better next time, but next time always plays out exactly the same way. Here's the brutal truth. You don't have a willpower problem. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a decision-making framework problem. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you a simple rule, one question that takes 5 seconds to answer, that will instantly give you control over your spending and save you thousands of dollars per year without feeling deprived. My name is Max, and I want to help you learn how to make your money work more for you in your life. Today, I'm going to teach you the $2 rule, a powerful psychological tool that stops impulse spending in its tracks and helps you make purchase decisions that align with your actual values instead of momentary emotions. So, let's get started, and please make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Here's the thing. Most financial advice tells you to create a detailed budget where you track every dollar, categorize every expense, and stick to predetermined spending limits for each category. And in theory, that sounds great, but in practice, it fails for most people. According to a survey by US Bank, only 41% of Americans use a budget, and of those who do, 73% admit they don't stick to it consistently. That means traditional budgeting has about a 12% success rate. Those are terrible odds. Why does budgeting fail so spectacularly? Because it relies on something humans are notoriously bad at, exercising constant willpower in the face of temptation. Every purchase decision becomes an internal negotiation. I budgeted $300 for entertainment this month. I've spent $180 so far. Do I have enough left for this? What day is it? How many days are left in the month? Will something else come up? It's exhausting. And when you're tired, stressed, or emotional, your willpower collapses and you just buy the thing. Additionally, traditional budgets focus on restriction, what you can't spend, which creates a scarcity mindset. Research in behavioral psychology shows that restriction increases desire. When you tell yourself, I can't buy this, you want it more. This is why people who diet restrictively end up binge eating, and why people on strict budgets end up going on shopping sprees. What you need instead is a decision-making framework that's simple, fast, and helps you make better choices in the moment without requiring complex calculations or superhuman willpower. That's exactly what the $2 rule does. Okay, so here's the rule. Before you buy anything that's not an absolute necessity, you ask yourself one simple question. Will I still care about this purchase 2 days from now? That's it. 2 days. Not 2 weeks, not 2 months. 2 days. If the honest answer is yes, buy it. If the answer is no or you're not sure, don't buy it. Walk away, leave it in your online cart, or put it back on the shelf. Now you might be thinking, Max, that sounds way too simple. How can one question control my spending? Great question. Let me explain why this works psychologically, mathematically, and practically. The $2 rule works because it exploits specific psychological principles that govern human decision-making and spending behavior. Principle number 1, the cooling off period. When you see something you want to buy, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in addiction, falling in love, and eating chocolate. This dopamine surge creates what psychologists call the hot state, a heightened emotional state where you're not thinking rationally. In the hot state, that $45 throw pillow at Target feels essential to your happiness. Your brain tells you this will make your living room perfect. You need this. But dopamine crashes quickly. Within 48 hours, you're back in what's called the cold state, your rational, clear-thinking state. And in the cold state, you realize that throw pillow was just another pillow and you already have 4 at home. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows that simply delaying a purchase decision by 24 to 48 hours reduces impulse buying by approximately 60 to 70%. The $2 rule builds in this delay by making you project forward and honestly assess whether you'll still want the item when the dopamine wears off. Principle number 2, future self accountability. The $2 rule forces you to think about your future self, specifically the version of you that exists 2 days from now. Behavioral economists have proven that people consistently undervalue their future selves. We make decisions that benefit us right now at the expense of our future selves. But when you ask, will I still care about this in 2 days? You're creating accountability. You're forcing your present self to consider whether your future self will thank you or regret this purchase. Here's what most people don't realize. Your future self almost always has better judgment than your present self when you're in an emotional purchasing state. Principle number 3, values alignment test. The 2-day timeline is also a values test. Things that genuinely align with your values and long-term goals pass the 2-day test easily. A quality winter coat you've needed for months, you'll still care in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years. Tools for a hobby you're genuinely passionate about, you'll still care. But things that are impulse purchases, driven by marketing, social comparison, or boredom, they fail the test. That trendy gadget you saw on TikTok, you probably won't care in 2 days. The shirt you grabbed because it was on sale, even though it's not quite your style, you won't care. The $2 rule automatically filters your purchases through your actual values instead of your momentary emotional state. Okay, let's talk about the actual money you'll save by implementing this rule, because the numbers are shocking. According to research from Slick Deals, the average American makes approximately 3 impulse purchases per week, spending an average of $314 per month on unplanned purchases. That's $3,768 per year on stuff you didn't plan to buy. Now, let's say the $2 rule eliminates just 70% of your impulse purchases. That's conservative based on the research I mentioned earlier. 70% of $314 per month is $220 saved per month, or $2,640 saved per year. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if you invested that $220 per month instead of spending it on impulse purchases? $220 per month invested in a basic index fund averaging 8% annual returns over 30 years grows to approximately $305,000. Read that again. By asking yourself one simple question before making purchases, you could potentially have over $300,000 more in retirement savings. That's not an exaggeration. That's compound interest doing what it does. But even if you don't invest it, just having an extra $2,640 per year gives you a fully funded emergency fund in 4 to 5 years, the ability to pay off $10,000 in credit card debt in less than 4 years, money for a vacation, home improvements, or helping your kids with college. And look, $220 per month might not sound life-changing, but over time, it absolutely is. All right, let's get practical. Here's exactly how to implement this rule in your daily life. Step 1, make it a non-negotiable habit for 30 days. For the next 30 days, before you buy anything that isn't a true necessity, groceries, bills, medication, you ask the question, will I still care about this purchase 2 days from now? Brutally honest with yourself. If the answer is no, or maybe, you don't buy it. No exceptions for 30 days. Why 30 days? Because research shows it takes approximately 21 to 30 days of consistent behavior to form a habit. After 30 days, asking this question will become automatic. Step 2, use the cart method for online purchases. When you're shopping online, add items to your cart, but don't check out immediately. Close the browser, come back in 2 days. You'll be shocked at how often you look at that cart and think, what was I thinking? I don't need any of this. Many retailers actually track this behavior and will send you discount codes to entice you back. Sometimes waiting 2 days not only saves you from buying something you don't need, it also gets you a better price if you decide you genuinely want it. Step 3, create a 2-day wishlist note on your phone. When you're in a physical store and see something you want, don't buy it immediately. Instead, take a photo and add it to a wishlist note on your phone with the date. 2 days later, review the list. If you still want it, go back and buy it. Most of the time, you won't even remember why you wanted it. Step 4, tell your brain the truth. When you're in the moment of wanting something, your brain will try to justify the purchase. It's on sale. I deserve it. Everyone has one. Combat this by stating the truth out loud. I want this right now, but I probably won't care in 2 days. I'm going to wait. Seriously, Speaking out loud activates different neural pathways and helps you override the emotional impulse. Step 5. Track your saved purchases. Every time you don't buy something because of the $2 rule, write down what it was and how much it cost. At the end of each month, add up how much you didn't spend. Seeing that you saved $380 in 1 month by not buying things you didn't actually want is incredibly motivating and reinforces the habit. Now, you're probably wondering, what about things I actually do need? What if I need new work shoes and I wait 2 days and they sell out? Valid concern. The $2 rule is for discretionary purchases, things you want but don't truly need. If your work shoes have holes and you need new ones, that's a necessity, not an impulse purchase. Buy them. But even with necessities, you can apply a modified version. Do I need this specific item or am I just caught up in the moment? Maybe you need work shoes, but do you need the $140 designer pair or will the $65 quality pair work just as well? Additionally, let's talk about when the $2 rule doesn't apply because there are legitimate exceptions. Exception number 1, true emergencies. If your car breaks down and you need it fixed to get to work, you don't wait 2 days. If your refrigerator dies and you need to replace it, you don't wait. Emergencies are emergencies. Exception number 2, time-sensitive opportunities. If there's a genuinely limited time offer on something you've already researched and know you need, you don't have to wait. But be honest, most sales are marketing tactics, and the limited time offer will come back next month. Exception number 3, planned purchases. If you've been researching a specific item for weeks, let's say a new laptop for work, and you've already done the analysis, you don't need to apply the 2-day rule. You've already done the cooling off period through your research. Exception number 4, small consumable pleasures. I'm not telling you to never buy coffee or never treat yourself to lunch out. The $2 rule works best for purchases over $15 to $20. A $4 coffee won't make or break your finances. And denying yourself every small pleasure creates resentment. The goal is to eliminate mindless impulse purchases, not to make your life joyless. Here's something fascinating. The $2 rule doesn't just change your spending. It changes your entire relationship with consumption, stuff, and happiness. When you start consistently asking, will I still care about this in 2 days? You begin to notice patterns about what actually matters to you versus what you buy because of marketing, peer pressure, or boredom. You realize that experiences usually pass the 2-day test while random stuff doesn't. A concert ticket for a band you love, you'll still care in 2 days. A 5th kitchen gadget you'll use once, you won't care. You also start to recognize your emotional spending triggers. Maybe you impulse buy when you're stressed at work. Maybe you shop when you're bored on weekends. Maybe you overspend when you're with certain friends. The $2 rule creates a pause that lets you identify these patterns. Also, you develop what psychologists call consumption gratitude. When you only buy things that pass the 2-day test, you appreciate them more, you take care of them, you actually use them. Your home becomes filled with things you genuinely value instead of clutter you regret buying. According to research from UCLA's Center on Everyday Lives, the average American home contains over 300,000 items. Most people use less than 20% of what they own regularly. The $2 rule helps you become part of the minority who owns less, but values it more. Let me share a couple of real examples of people who implemented this rule and saw dramatic results. Example 1, Rachel, 28, marketing manager. Rachel was spending about $450 per month on impulse purchases, mostly clothes, home decor, and online shopping. She implemented the $2 rule strictly for 90 days. In the first month, she saved $310 by not making purchases she normally would have made. By month 3, she'd saved over $900 and realized that most of what she used to buy she didn't even remember wanting a week later. Over 1 year, she saved $3,400 using this one rule. She used that money to fully fund her emergency fund for the first time in her life. She told me, "The crazy part is, I don't feel deprived. I still buy things I actually want. I just don't buy random stuff I forget about immediately." Example 2. David, 35, teacher. David's weakness was tech gadgets and tools. Every time he saw a cool new gadget on YouTube or a tool that might be useful, he'd buy it. He had a garage full of stuff he'd used once or never, He started using the $2 rule and within 6 months had saved over $2,000. More importantly, he said his stress about money decreased dramatically because he wasn't constantly regretting purchases. These aren't exceptional people with superhuman discipline. They're regular people who implemented one simple decision-making framework, and it changed their financial trajectory. Okay, let's address the internal resistance you're going to face. When you start using this rule, your brain is going to push back hard, especially in the first 2 weeks. It's going to say things like, "But it's on sale. You're saving money by buying it. You've had a hard week. You deserve this. What if it's not available later? It's only $30. That's not a big deal." Here's how to counter each of these. It's on sale. You're not saving money if you're buying something you wouldn't have bought at full price. Stores create sales to trigger impulse purchases. Ask yourself, would I buy this at full price? If no, then you don't really want it. You just want the feeling of getting a deal. You deserve this. You absolutely do deserve good things. But do you deserve the financial stress that comes from overspending? Do you deserve to delay your bigger goals for momentary satisfaction? Treating yourself is fine, but it should pass the 2-day test. What if it's not available later? If you genuinely need it and will still want it in 2 days, it's worth finding another one or waiting for a restock. If it's truly a one-of-a-kind item that aligns with your values, buy it. But 99% of the time, there will be another sale, another item, another opportunity. It's only $30. $30 once isn't a big deal. $30 5 times a month is $150. $150 per month is $1,800 per year. Small purchases add up to massive totals. That's how people end up broke despite not buying anything expensive. Look, I know this sounds almost too simple. One question, 2 days. How can that possibly control your spending and save you thousands of dollars? But that's exactly why it works. Complicated systems fail because they require too much effort to maintain. Simple rules succeed because they're easy to follow even when you're tired, stressed, or emotional. The $2 rule doesn't require you to track every dollar, deny yourself everything you want, or have perfect willpower. It just requires you to pause for 5 seconds and ask yourself one honest question before you spend money. That pause is the difference between reactive spending and intentional spending. It's the difference between a cart full of regret and a life full of things you actually value. Here's what I want you to do. For the next 30 days, commit to using the $2 rule before every discretionary purchase. Just 30 days. See what happens. Track how much you don't spend. Notice how you feel about the purchases you do make. I promise you, 30 days from now, you'll have more money in your account, less clutter in your home, and a completely different relationship with spending. If this video gave you a simple, actionable tool to take control of your spending starting today, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one impulse purchase you made recently that you regret? Let's learn from each other. And remember, you don't need perfect discipline. You just need one good question and 2 days of patience. And thank you for watching. Take care.